Hello and welcome to Toy Polloi Two, and today we have an unboxing video. As you can see, I've had 3 packages arrive. I also have another package which is too big to fit on the desk, which I picked up in person. So I will also show you the contents of that, but let's crack on with the unboxing and see what's inside these 3 packages here. This first package has come from Justin, who is a Patreon supporter of Toy Polloi. So first up, I do need to say a massive thanks to him for that, because the Patreon support is what helps me make bigger and better videos. So thanks to him for that. But he also got in touch with me to say that he wanted to help out with the Mile of Mayhem project, and he'd like to send some things over and some other bits as well. So that's what's inside this box. We've got a few Miles Mayhems and some other things. So let's open it up and see what he sent. Okay, well, what have we got? Well, I can see here, first up, we have a Tron figure. That's interesting. Looks like a bit of a custom Tron figure to me. It's a custom Tron figure with some electronics on the back. So it's been made out of clear resin, it looks like, and then painted on top. And then we have this little pack here. So if I turn that on, what happens? Look at that. He lights up. That is really rather cool. I like the idea on that one. That's very nice indeed. That's a particularly good little custom there with a little battery pack. Then what else do we have here? Right, well, let me take this bag out because that bag looks pretty cool. It is some Miles Mayhem. So we've got a whole selection of the blue version of Miles Mayhem to add to the Mile of Mayhem project. And there are a total of 6 Miles Mayhems here. That is fantastic. That's taken me over 100, I think. As I say in the last video, I hope to do a sort of an update on this very soon. But there's some really nice figures, some well worn and sort of battered figures, but that is 6 more for the Mile of Mayhem. That's absolutely amazing. And what else have we got in here? Well, I can see another little custom. This is a resin version of Vincent from Disney's The Black Hole. It's been cast in a lovely clear sparkly red resin. That's really pretty cool. It looks like that's been cast off one of the Mego toys to me. I like that as well. That would look pretty cool with a light underneath it. Then we have some other pieces here. So let me just take these out of the box. Okay, so there are some of these metal figures, and these ones are things that I've been collecting recently. These are Mego Eagle Force figures. I don't see them particularly often here in the UK, and I don't think they were a particularly sort of a popular line when they were released. They're made out of metal, or the bulk of them is made out of metal, and the heads are made out of rubber. We've got 5 different figures there. I don't think I have any of these, so those are absolutely fantastic. Looks like that guy's got bare feet. He's got his feet painted sort of skin colour. That's really cool. Yeah, those are fantastic. I don't have any of those. So those are going to go straight with my growing Mego Eagle Force collection. Lovely. And then we have one final figure, which I know Justin told me about, which is a sort of knockoff version of Darth Vader made by Woolworths. He said, I don't think I've ever seen any of these in the UK. They possibly were released here, but I don't recall them. That is really weird, but very nice indeed. So Justin, thank you ever so much for sending this stuff over. The Miles Mayhems are a big help to the Mile of Mayhem project. I do particularly like this Tron figure with the light inside. That is really very cool indeed. So thanks for sending this over, and thanks for your support on Patreon. This package has come in from Andy. He got in touch to ask if I wanted a box of broken Transformers, and I have to say I do really enjoy fixing Transformers, and broken ones always come in very useful, because the thing with Transformers is you find a couple of broken ones, you can put them together and you get a nice complete one. So let's see what Andy has sent in. So we have a note which says, hi Dave, season's greetings, long-time fan of your channel and the restorations you do. I've sent you some Transformers Plus parts from my parts bin that are in need of some attention. Hopefully you can put them to good use. Looking forward to seeing what you do. All the best, Andy. Well, Andy, thank you very much. I've sent you some Toy Polloi bits in the post, so let's see what is in here. Right, well, look at that. First up, we've got a few bits to Jetfire. We've got a couple of his jets and the rear backpack part, and also a head with damaged antennas. Those are very useful, because I actually got the remains of a Jetfire recently, and I'm starting to rebuild it, so a couple of accessories there will be very useful indeed. We also have some other Transformers. Now, I don't know the name of this guy. I do recognise him, sort of twin something, can't remember, but yeah, he's a pretty cool looking guy. Is he a Power Master or something like that? I do recognise him, but yeah, he's got a hand missing there. Some useful parts though. Another of the sort of later eras, I think that might be a G2 era sort of a Transformer. Don't know the name of that one. There's going to be quite a few I can tell in here that I don't know the name of, so if you do, leave some comments below. We have another Kickback. Kickback, I think, is possibly my favourite of the Insecticons, and he's one that you always get with broken antennas like this. But again, useful figure, and I think I've probably got quite an army of these growing in my spares box, so I should be able to build something out of them. Then we have a whole load more pieces, so let me empty this out and we'll take a look at what's in here. Right, so this is what was in that box. So you can see we've got a few aerial bots, some pretty reasonable condition ones. I don't actually have that one, and that doesn't look in too bad condition. Needs a little bit of work to it, but yeah, that one just needs a bit of a clean-up, I would say. Then we have one of my favourite slingshots. You should check out my video over on Toy Polloi, the story of me getting a slingshot from childhood, because it's quite an interesting little story. But that's a nice figure. I think I saw one other aerial bot. Oh, look, there's one in here still wrapped up. Let's unwrap this. Oh, this poor chap's certainly seen better days. He's got lots of pieces missing, but again, useful for parts because he's still got his head, he's still got his arms. So again, I think I possibly have quite a few of these in various states of disrepair, so I might be able to build another one. That's almost a full set of aerial bots there. Then I think this guy is Wheeljack. He's got a smashed up front there and missing a few pieces, but not actually a figure I see particularly often. I reckon he will clean up pretty nicely. That looks to me like someone has done some touch up there with a bit of Tipex. It looks quite thick. I can see there's more on the bottom. Tipex is very easy to remove, but it's an interesting repair, possibly a childhood repair, that one. Then we have some more pieces. Is this Trax or Trail Breaker or something like that? He is, again, fairly beaten up. We've got arms missing and we've got bits broken off him. Then we've got a few missiles for... not quite sure what figure that's for. Some other pieces there. A few pieces here for Ultra Magnus, including a fist. And a fist is actually something I need for Past His Prime, the new mascot for Toy Polloi 2. So I think that will go straight onto Past His Prime. We also have an Ultra Magnus here, which again is a fairly common figure to find sort of beaten and broken up. But this one doesn't look too bad condition. Yeah, I think that's not too bad condition. There's a few pieces missing, but some of them are here. We've even got the cab here, which, yeah, this has seen slightly better days, missing the smokestacks. And does he even have his head in there? Well, he does have his head in there. So yeah, that's a good starting point for an Ultra Magnus. Oh, there is one more aerial bot. So that is all four of the small aerial bots. They're all in a sort of fairly beaten up state, but that is a good start. I did actually get the main aerial bot Silverbolt in a previous donation from Alan, so I think I've possibly got the full set now. I need to start finding some accessories for that. There's a few more pieces here for Ultra Magnus. We've got his chest plate and the head, so another bag of useful pieces. And then finally we have this, which is that one of the Technobots? I don't actually have any of the Technobots. So we've got a Technobot here with a few of its accessories. Or is that all of his accessories? Ah, but the poor chap is missing his head. So maybe I need to find the head for that, because that's a really nice figure and one that I don't have. Yeah, definitely going to go on a list of Transformers I need to finish. It'd be nice to get some of the Technobots. So, Andy, thank you so much. There's some really good pieces here. These will all go in my box of broken Transformers for projects to work on in future, and they will all get fixed up in time. So massive thanks for sending these over. I'm going to sneak a little tip in here, even though this is not the sort of thing I do on Toy Polloi 2, but you can see here on this Wheeljack that he has got Tipex on him. It's quite sort of distinctive. It doesn't feel like paint. It's got a slightly rough finish to it. And as I say, it is incredibly easy to remove. All you need is some lighter fluid. And lighter fluid I show so many times for fixing toys. But for getting rid of Tipex, it is absolutely fantastic. I know in different countries, Tipex is called different things like white out, stuff like that. So in the UK, we call it Tipex. It's just what you use. If you make a mistake while you're writing, you use Tipex, then you can write over it. So all you've got to do is get a bit of lighter fluid on a tissue, and then we should be able to just remove this, and I think it will come off pretty easily. Yeah, look at that. It's just straight away removing from the paint, and actually underneath it's in pretty reasonable condition. I think this Wheeljack will end up looking really rather nice with not much effort. So a bit more lighter fluid on there. Yeah, that is just taking it off. So there you go. If you've got Tipex or whiteout on a toy, you want to remove it, lighter fluid is all you need. Now this box I picked up from my good friend Kathy, best known as Jolly Dolly Shop on Instagram. She was given this by a friend of hers who was about to throw it away, and it contains a toy line that I don't think I've ever seen before. It's a toy line based on an old sort of cowboy and Indian TV show that I'm sure many of you will know. So let me open this box up and I'll show you what's inside, because it's rather intriguing and I do need to learn a lot more about it. And here you go, that is what was in the box. It is the remains of a horse and cart and a couple of figures from Bonanza. I've never seen this toy line before, so it is really quite interesting to see. It looks fairly old. Obviously Bonanza is a fairly old TV show. There's not any real information on the back of these toys. This one just says Portugal on it, but this is clearly Lorne Green, who was one of the sort of main stars. Poor chap's missing a foot and has obviously seen a fair amount of action. The other guy's actually not in too bad condition, a little bit of sort of paint on his face there and some paint rubs on his head, but he does have both of his feet. But the cart itself is in a very sorry state, as are the horses. One of them is missing a leg, one is missing the tail, and all of the plastic has gone very, very brittle. You can see this is one of the wheels, and you can see that it's just completely sheared off. It's that sort of plastic. I think it's styrene based and it's gone very brittle. You can also see all of these little burn marks over it. They're not actually burn marks, it's two types of plastic reacting against each other. The horse's bridles are made of a softer plastic, and if that is left touching this sort of harder styrene plastic, it melts it. In fact, you can see that all over the horses, because the horses clearly had their bridles and saddles left on, so they've got these sort of burn marks on them. It's just a really intriguing set of toys. I've never seen it before, so I'm going to have to do a lot of research, and hopefully I can find a few parts for it. I think a lot of this is sort of beyond repair. There's so much damage going on and so much sort of age related issues with it, but I would like to try and get at least the figures fixed up. Maybe I'll have to make a replacement foot for this guy and find some more accessories for him. But we do have a few accessories. You can see we've got a barrel here, we've got a pan, we've got a little pickaxe. They're just rather nice looking things made out of a fairly solid plastic with metal rivets there on his knees and on his elbows. Yeah, it's just an intriguing thing. So for now, this is going to go in my box of potential future projects. But if you do know anything at all about these Bonanza toys, leave a comment below, because I would love to know. Now this package is from Lee of Polloi Toy. You've seen me review his playsets on Toy Polloi quite a few times. He makes sort of retro inspired Palitoy playsets for Star Wars. They have vacuum formed bases with cardboard backgrounds, and this is his latest set, which is based on Echo Base. He's very kindly sent this over to me to review, but today I just thought I would do the unboxing of it so you can see what the packaging looks like. A review of this will be on Toy Polloi fairly soon. So let's open this box and see what it looks like. Okay, so here it is out of the box, and as you can see, this is the Echo Base action playset. I think this is the first time that he's done a Rebel base. It does look really nice. We get a vacuum formed base with little consoles and cardboard backgrounds, and you can see we also have Luke there in the back to tank. I'm really looking forward to reviewing this one, and as I say, this will be over on Toy Polloi fairly soon, so keep an eye out for that. But for now, you just get to have a quick look at the box. That is really very cool, very exciting to see this in person. I was just about to finish editing this video when this package arrived, so I'm just going to quickly sort of edit it in here. This package has come in from Alan. It's addressed to Dave, Toy Polloi, the He-Man department, and I believe it's a part for the Talon Fighter, which is something that I'm trying to collect parts for to restore later in the year. So let's see what he has sent in. Okay, so there is a note. It says, "Hello Dave, I hope you can read my bad writing. Enclosed is the He-Man part for a project, as well as a Star Wars part that has melted by itself. Nothing else in the box had melted, so I just had to replace this part, and I thought you might have a use for it in a restoration. Also a little G.I. Joe project. The figure may be beyond saving, but if you could work out a fix for the bird collectors, would be very happy, as so many of the birds they produced have this issue." All right, I'll have a look at that in a sec. And finally, one more for the ever-growing collection. Have a great Christmas, Alan. Well, thank you very much, Alan. Let's take a look and see what he's sent. So we've got a few bits wrapped in bubble wrap. Let's take a look at those. So first up, we have this, which is, I can see, a Star Wars part. This is the top of an AT-ST. I wonder what's melted together then. Let's look at this. Oh, that's very strange. It's got something going on with it. Yeah, what's gone on there? Looks like it's got glue on it or something. So this is a vintage AT-ST canopy with the little lid there. Yeah, I'm not sure what's gone on with that. looks strange. I'll have to give that a clean and see what's going on. But a very useful part. I have an ATST waiting for one of those. Then we have in here, well, let's go for this one, which looks like the part we were talking about. So I was sent a Talon fighter a while back, and it's missing the wings. I've already found one of the wings, and Alan said that he had the other wing. So that is the wing for the Talon fighter, a very useful part, and I think that's probably the last piece I need to get that project started. So what's this bird then that needs repairing? Oh right, yes, okay, so this is a G.I. Joe, I think his name is Raptor. What's happened to him? Oh, he's fully broken apart, hasn't he? Wonder what has gone on with that. Looks like part of him has snapped inside. Oh, yeah, I've not seen that before. And we've got the back section here, so this is the bit that clips into the back like that. Yeah, I'm not sure what's gone on with that. Looks like he is broken apart. Oh, I see, the inner post has snapped off. Yeah, that should be fairly straightforward to fix. A bit of plastic weld might just do that. Doesn't look too complicated. Yeah, I'll certainly give that a think, see if I can fix that up. But yeah, otherwise all of the parts are here. I reckon I can get him back up and running. And then we have one final thing over here. Let's open this up. Ah, look at that. It is another Miles Mayhem for the Mile of Mayhem. So Alan, thank you ever so much for sending this in. That is absolutely fantastic. I will put one of the limited edition stickers in the post to you, and some other Toy Polloi bits as well. So thanks for sending those over. And there we go, that is it for this unboxing. I do need to say a big thank you to Andy for the pile of broken Transformers. Always useful things to have. A massive thank you to Justin for the extra figures for the Mile of Mayhem, and also all of the other cool pieces, including the custom Tron that you can see there. Also to Kathy for the weird Bonanza toys that I do need to find out a lot more about, because those are very intriguing. And also to Lee from Pally Toy for the Echo based action playset, which I will be reviewing over on Toy Polloi very soon. So hopefully this video has been of interest to you. If it has, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it, then why not head on over to my main channel Toy Polloi and subscribe there as well. And thanks for watching.